How you guys doing on this Sunday? It's kind of gloomy out here today, guys. I believe it's gonna rain. Um, I want to talk to you guys real quick. This ain't gonna be no long presentation, but I want to talk to you guys real quick about the only solution to being in a bad situation is, if I'm pronouncing it right, analytism. I made a presentation talking about analytism. That's the only solution to dudes that's in a bad position. Like I stated, when I was 19, when I went on my first date, the female told me I was soft. Because as a brother, you got to be on that hood stuff. Sad. That hood stuff is like having a bachelor's degree. Matter of fact, being from the hood as a brother is like having a PhD and a doctoral degree. If you from the hood, that's extra credentials on your resume as a brother. That's like having a PhD. It's like having a doctoral degree, being hood. But analytism is the solution to guys in these positions. Never being here, never being conceived, never being born. That is the solution to guys that's in these types of situations. No one asked to be at a deficit. No one asked for this, but a lot of people would ask, what is the solution to guys that's in these bad positions? What is the solution to dudes who catch a lot of L's in life, people who live in bad? You want to know what the solution is? Analytism. Analytism is the solution to people who live in a bad life. Never being here. Analytism is the belief that being born is a crime, is wrong. I believe people who endure a lot of pain in life, people who endure a lot of suffering, shouldn't procreate. They shouldn't bring no one else here. My father told me, don't ever have any children unless you're a rich man. You really shouldn't consider having kids unless you're rich, because kids require a lot of responsibility, time, and being a parent is a lifelong job. This is why I say the solution for guys that's in a bad position is to never be here. Because think about it like this. Had you never been here, you wouldn't have to endure the hell that you're enduring, and you wouldn't have to go through what you're going through if you've never been here. There are a lot of people that should have never been here, and I feel that's the solution, because people always say, well, guys always complaining about their circumstances. People always complaining about their position in life. What's the solution to all of the madness? The solution to all of the madness is to never be here. Because think about it like this. If you was never born, you wouldn't have to deal with nothing. You wouldn't know nothing. You wouldn't have no consciousness. This is why I agree with Benedictine when he say that this is the hell realm. I never thought about that. People so scared about dying and going to hell. You already in hell. Because life, it's a battle for some folks. And some people can never get a hold on life. Life, it's not going to be good to everyone. I hate to bust a lot of bubbles, but life is not going to be good to everybody. It's just not. And the solution to all of the madness, the solution to, people who got all these problems in life, the solution to the challenges is to never be born. Because if you was never born, you wouldn't have to deal with anything. You wouldn't have to deal with no challenges in life. You wouldn't have to deal with no problems. You wouldn't have to deal with no turmoil. You wouldn't have to deal with nothing in life if you was never here. And I feel like that's the solution right there, because all these guys who are in these bad positions, I'll just say people in general who experience a lot of pain and agony in life, if they didn't exist, they wouldn't have to deal with all the hell they're dealing with. That's why anti-natalism is the key. That is the solution to the problem. Because if you was never here, you ain't got to deal with no problems. You ain't got to deal with no issues. You wouldn't have to deal with just, dealing with everyday life. You wouldn't have to deal with anything if you was never here. And people who experience a lot of pain, misery in life, these type of people didn't need to be here no way. Because the world ain't been good to them no way. The world is not good to everybody. It's just not. Life ain't good to everybody. And, if you watching this presentation, I'm pretty sure life hadn't been good to you. And I feel people that life hasn't been good for, they didn't need to be put on this planet. I mean, I wish I was one of them people that could say life been good to them. But unfortunately, life hadn't been good to me. Life hadn't been good to a lot of people. Life is a never-ending struggle for some folks. But yeah, that's the solution, guys. People always say, well, y'all complaining all the time about problems and issues. What is the solution to the problem? The solution is to not be here. That's the solution. Because if you was never born, you wouldn't have to deal with no problems. And that's just the truth. But you guys let me know what you think. What do you guys think the solution to people who live a bad life is? Because I truly believe that the solution is to never be here. Because, all the hell that you're going through in life, all the misfortune that you're dealing with, if you was never here, you wouldn't have to deal with nothing. Because you would have no consciousness. And I used to think people was being mean and evil when they say some people didn't need to be here. Some people didn't need to be here. And that's just the truth. But that's what I've come up with. That is the solution to, people. That's the solution for people who endure a lot of misfortune in their lives. The solution is anti-natalism. And people who endure a lot of pain in their life, they shouldn't consider bringing no one else here into the world unless they're rich. If you're a person who's endured a lot of pain in your life, you shouldn't consider procreating or having kids unless you get rich. Unless you get in a real good financial situation. And that's just being honest. But you guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think. That's the solution that I just came up with. If a lot of us was never here, we wouldn't have to deal with all the hell we dealing with. You guys have a good day.